Hey Coach, this is Coach Vann with Next Play Hoops, and we're back again with our next video book preview. Today we're going to take a look at our defensive drills book. This is a monster book that has 2,930 pages in it, and what we did is we broke down all of our defensive drills into 36 different subcategories that are all specific actions or drills. That we broke everything down to. So super easy for coaches to find exactly what they're looking for, exactly when they need it. So as always, we're going to take a look at the table of contents. You'll see here we start off with our agility and anticipation drills. Again, these are, obviously footwork is key in defense. So we want to make sure that we start and break down our agility and our players' agility. And if you're a trapping team or a pressing team or like to do some of those things, we got the anticipation drills. Make sure that we are teaching our players how to read the offensive player's eyes and possibly get some steals through some anticipation drills. So chasing around screens, some of you might be familiar with the pack line defense and how Tony Bennett runs his pack line with the University of Virginia. They chase around all screens. If you're a coach that likes to chase around screens and show on the screener, then that's the section for you. Closeouts, obviously, that's something that we focus on every single day. That's a huge thing that I think a lot of coaches kind of miss out on. That's where usually most defenses break down with bad closeouts and typically on the recovery. So we want to make sure that we drill that on a daily basis. Contesting shots and layups, teaching our players how to wall up and not fouling, contesting layups while not fouling. That's just like anything else. That's something that as coaches we need to teach our players, and it's kind of a learned art and learned skill. So defending against 2-on-1 and defending against a 3-on-2, obviously those have multiple purposes. Offensively, converting in those situations in those drills, but defensively, stunting at players and not giving up lay-ins, forcing them to take some contested shots if possible, and make sure we're scrambling, communicating, and rotating properly. And, we want to give up a lower percentage shot. So those are some things that we work on in those drills. Defending against ball screens, that's a huge one. We almost give you 100 different pages of drills, just how to defend against ball screens, whether it's from a wing ball screen or a top of the screen ball screen. We go over our different coverages and all that. You'll also see here, in this section, we basically defending against Chicago action, defending against cross, rip, and ram screens, cutters, dribble handoffs, double staggers, downhill drives, how we want to defend against down screens, or the dribble drive offense, or defending against flares and flex action and all that good stuff. So basically this whole section here, we give you a multitude of different ways to defend against each action. If you're about to face a team that likes to run the flex offense, then, we want to go into this section and we want to run some drills, teaching our players how we want to defend against it. But we don't just give you one way to defend against it. We give you multiple ways to defend against a lot of these actions here. So down here, you'll see we get into defensive transition and conversion drills. Transitioning from offense to defense and getting back and communicating and matching up. Then we have help side defense and, make sure our players are playing up the line and playing the gaps and not giving up big driving lanes or gaps there. So let's go ahead into the next page of our table of contents. We got help the helper drills and cover down drills. That's something that we do every single day. Obviously, we don't want our defense to break down, but it's just inevitable that we're going to get beat off the dribble here and there, and we need to make sure that we're stepping up to help, and we're also helping the helper and covering down and getting in position, and we're not focused on getting beat. We're focused on what we need to be doing next. So again, that's an everyday drill. Every single day we got to work on that. Hustle plays or drills, I think this is another key section. I believe that your players take the identity of the coach, and I believe that hustle plays can be taught. I think you can teach your players toughness and hustle, and sometimes those plays can change the momentum of a game as well as possibly win you a game And it's something that, again, if you don't work on it, then you're probably not going to see it. So you can't get frustrated that your team's not out there hustling or playing with toughness when you haven't focused on some of those things. So we give you a bunch of hustle plays and drills to choose from. Then we go man-to-man principles, pressure on the ball and off the ball. We work on a press defense drills. There's scramble drills, and then we give you a ton of almost 150 pages worth of shell drills. Build up from 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-4, 5-on-5 shell. Here you'll see our Sonic and VCU drills. This is our playbook terminology and vocabulary. This is our run and jump. This is one of our man-to-man defenses, is our Sonic defense. And then our VCU is our run and jump, and we give you a bunch of drills to teach that. If you have our defensive playbook or had bought in that, you'll recognize a lot of the terminology and what we like to do defensively. So then we go into our stunt and dig drills, making sure we're stunting at the post or digging on a drive or digging on the post. Let's just kind of teaching our players to dig and recover. Then switching screens or interchanges. I mean, that's something we got to focus on too. We don't want to get caught up on the weak side of the floor. We offensively believe in making sure that we are interchanging on the weak side of the floor, just so that the defense can't key in on a pick and roll that's happening on the strong side, or any other type of action that's happening on the strong side. So because we like to do that and we know the effectiveness of that, we like to switch everything on the weak side. So that's the section that we work on that. Then we get into tag man drills. Obviously that's a huge thing. We give you a few different ways to defend, obviously back in the pick and roll section, but also who do we want to be tagging with? Is it from an empty side? Is it from the weak side bottom? Or is there a player underneath the ball? So we want to go over a plethora of different drills and actions there to make sure that our players understand who should be the tag man in any situation. Taking a charge drills, that falls into the toughness and hustle plays as well. And then we end with trapping drills, and that kind of goes with our first page where we had the anticipation drills as well. So those are all of that's the table of contents. That's the all the different sections and the subcategories that we break everything down into. Now we'll kind of take you through the book a little bit here so you can kind of see what these diagrams look like. Here's a 2-on-1 half court drill we like to do. We actually run this a couple different ways. You'll see here we got the C for coaches in the corner, but we also run this drill with players in the corner too, that we focus on outlet passes. So we give you a couple different ways to do it, but this is just one drill. You'll see here everything is color coded, very easy for you to understand what is going on. We give you full descriptions within each frame as well, as far as teaching points and going over rotations and whatnot. So very easy for coaches to understand what's going on in each frame and in each drill, be able to print it off, bring it to your practices, share it with your assistant coaches. All of these drills can also be taken from home to your practice because they transfer to iPads and iPhones, so you can easily pull up any drill, any play at any time. So that's just one drill. And again, this is just our agility section. Here's our anticipation drills. Chasing around screens. And here's our closeouts. This is all closeouts here. Again, over 2,900 pages of drills. Contesting shots and layups in our wall up section. Defending against 2-on-1. And then we get into defending against 3-on-2. Here's defending against Chicago action. If you're not familiar with Chicago action, it's extremely effective. A lot of teams are running it now, so you're definitely going to want to know how to defend against it. Again, a lot of these drills too that are in this book go hand in hand with our defensive playbook. So in our defensive playbook, if you don't have it, it's over 500 pages of our defensive philosophy, our terminology, our vocabulary, how we like to play. We give you, we go over our zone defenses, our press defenses, our man-to-man, our junk defenses, we give you everything. We also, in that book, go over 29 different popular actions and how you want to defend against it. So we teach you the rotations, you know, if a team is going in a, as I keep scrolling through here, just so you can kind of see what's in the book. I mean, we're at page 1167 here. But in the book, we give you 29 different actions that are popular actions, but they go hand in hand with the drills. So if you get the defensive book, and you're definitely going to want the drills that go with it, which is this book. But if you also, the defensive book is $99.99. This book, the defensive drill book, is $99.99 as well. So that's $200 for both. But if you combo them together, we have a combo pack that is the complete defensive pack, where you get the defensive playbook and this book, the defensive drill book. And that goes for $149.99. So you actually save $50 by buying combo pack number 3 and get everything defense. And that's kind of one of the things too, like there's really not a whole lot of drill books out there, and definitely not a lot of defensive books out there. So this is one thing that we have that pretty much nobody else really has. This is a full system, a full philosophy, and pretty good stuff. Now, if you're looking, again, this is just, I'm just going to scroll down here to the bottom. So you get the idea here with this book. Again, 2,930 pages of defensive drills. If you have any questions whatsoever, as always, you can reach out to me and email me at coachvann@nextplayhoops.com. And if you're looking for more drills, again, this is just defensive drills, but if you're looking for more drills, we have the ultimate drill book as well. And that has over 800 drills broken down into passing drills, rebounding drills, shooting drills. And I think there's like 27 different chapters in it, where we break each section. Like shooting drills, we give you maybe like 15 or 20 different subcategories within shooting drills. And same thing with rebounding drills and passing drills. So as a coach, it makes it extremely easy. If you're looking for something, your team is struggling in one specific area, you just go to that section, you find the drill, and you print it off, you bring it to your practice, and you run it. And I think one huge thing about being organized with having everything in these sections too is it breaks the monotony of your practices. There's so many different ways to skin a cat, and you know, having, like, for example, here, taking a look at this anticipation drills, you know, look at all the different drills that we give you to accomplish the same thing. They all work on anticipation, trying to get a steal, you know, get a trap, or on a press or something like that. So instead of doing the same drill every single day, all year long, or year after year, for some of those college coaches or high school coaches that have some players that have been on their team for 4 years, it just breaks the monotony, and it keeps them engaged. It keeps them interested. So again, this is the defensive drill book. This book goes for $99.99, and we have the combo pack number 3, the complete defensive pack, for $149.99, or the defensive playbook is $99.99 as well. But if you have any questions, email Coach Vann at nextplayhoops.com, and we'll see you at the next video. Thanks.